Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're going to cover Jax versus Renekton, so let's get right in. Alright, so as a quick overview, this matchup is a slightly Renekton favored skill matchup. Um, in lane, it's quite Renekton favored. We'll see the power curve a bit later. But from what Chippy's told me about this matchup, he considers it's like 52-48 for Renekton type of thing, so like really close. I think it's a bit more Renekton favored, but maybe I'm not playing as optimally. But we'll get right into that in the examples. So it's a matchup where there's strict trading patterns, and we'll see that later. And it's very clear from what the trade looks like who's going to win it and who's going to lose it, is what I mean by that. So, like, I mean, we're going to get into the example, actually. I don't want to say things that's not going to make sense right now. But it is a very skillful matchup, and it's one that basically the one that knows the matchup better will win. Alright, so for the build, go D-Shield start with, so we're going to go for a grass build, so obviously D-Shield is a bit better. And then on the first base, we're going to look for Phage, not Phage, Sheen. Sheen and Potions is the ideal base, but that's not always realistic, so basing for Longsword and Refill is also completely fine. After that, components, very, like, as usual, so Sheen, Phage, and then Hearthbound X. And items, of course, Triforce, Sundered Sky, and Zanya's for good skirmishing. Alright, so for the runes, very standard. Grasp, Demolish, Second Wind, Overgrowth, with Cookies and Cosmic Insight. So, I'm experimenting a bit these days with Lethal Tempo, like going Lethal Tempo a lot more into a lot of different matchups. I like it. I think it has a room. It's very inspired of the Raiders playstyle on Jax. But like, strictly for this matchup, like what is optimal for the laning phase is going Grasp. So that's what we're going to cover today. Alright, so for the power curve, level 1 is Jax favored. You're going to win the trades. It's kind of hard, because like it's not, like Renekton should get push. So in that way, it's a bit Renekton favored, but Jax wins the trades. So in terms of power level, I think it's Jax favored. And then 2 to 5, it's actually a bit Renekton favored. Maybe, because like it's really hard, because Renekton should have lane control, but Jax should win the trades like 1 to 4 or something like that. But the thing is, like, I said level 2 to 5, it's slightly Renekton favored. Why is it Renekton favored level 2? Is because he should get Prio, so he gets level 2 first, basically. But level 6 to 9, in terms of power level, it is very Renekton favored. His ultimate is really, really strong in terms of combat power. So level 6, until you get Triforce, is a hard part of the matchup. And then once you get Triforce, it gets very Jax favored. Alright, so we have 5 examples to go through. So I'm not going to go through all 5. Not the entirety, at least. So there's the episode 78 here in Emerald, where I want to show the level 1. I'm not going to show the whole thing. I'm just going to show level 1, because after that, Renekton really played badly. So I don't think there's much value in there. Then in here, Road to Masters, in NA Diamond, episode 2, that was a good one. Then I have a matchup example as well. I have TLA 1v1, so against another Emerald player. And then the high-low example for this matchup is going to be one from Bin in Korean Challenger. Alright, so let's get right in. So this is the Emerald episode. Alright, so yeah, level 1 in this one. Okay, so how it should go. Renekton gets push if he wants it. So you should try to ego it, and then see how he plays it. So here, I'm attacking the wave as soon as it arrives, and Renekton's a bit late. So here, I'm confident I can get push, and then I get a big E that hits most of the wave. And we can see he's like backing off a bit. He lets me wave clear. So here I get push. So that's what it looks like when the Renekton plays it really passive. And the important thing to remember is if you can get push, take it. Really good. Really good to get push. If you can't, like, don't overforce it, especially if he has Ignite. So for that, we're going to go straight into 1v1s and take the first example. Now keep in mind, in this, when we're doing 1v1 sessions in the TLA, like we have chippies in our ear telling us what to do. So, and this matchup plays a lot around prio, so we're both really playing around it. But I'm still egoing it, right? It's not because it's a 1v1 that I'm going to do anything different. So here, bash the wave as soon as it arrives. Big E trade. And now this happens. So, you win the initial trade. Really good. But it's Conqueror versus Grasp, and you have to keep that in mind. You can't take extended trades. Especially now he has Ignite. So I'm just getting shit on here. And I died because I tried to overforce prio and overtrade level 1. So that's something you don't want to do. So the key thing to keep in mind for level 1 is be adaptable. Try to ego it, but if he doesn't give it to you, it's fine. Just back off. Alright, so now we have another example where I do the exact same thing. So that's another example of me not being adaptable. So let's keep in mind, this is I just got to Diamond, right? Like, I'm not really used to the Diamond level of play yet. And in Emerald, I got prio in this matchup every single time as Jax. But now, I've played this matchup once or twice in Diamond, and both times, I can't get prio. So I had to adapt. And here we can see, I really have the mindset of I want prio. So I'm bashing the wave down. Big E trade. Boom. I should take... I don't have a Grasp auto, but it's fine. After this auto, I should back off. Because he has Conqueror, but we can see I'm trying to walk behind him. I'm playing as if I play Lethal Tempo Jax. But I have Grasp, he has Conqueror. I don't win this. I get shit on, and I die. So, we're going to keep going for this example. I get ganked right after, like here. So I'm 0-2. Really rough start. So we're going to see how I can stabilize this and get to my Triforce. So I'm coming back to lane here. What's in my mind? I want to get the Triforce. The main reference point in this matchup is Triforce, because at Triforce you win. And we'll have an example of that later. So, here, he greeted a bit for a plate, so that gives me a window to get an XP lead. So, I'm going to be down in gold, because he has 2 kills. But in XP, we're fine. So, like this match, like the lane is still fine. Alright. So here, boom, really important trading pattern. Really important, it's going to happen a lot. So, we'll break it down. So if the Renekton starts with E, like he does here, what you want to do is E straight away. So, the reason for that is to block his W, if he decides to use it. W really hard to react to. So, E-ing early is a bit better. And now, if he uses his second E, you can Q follow. Let's say he didn't use his second E, I would have to end the trade in CC and run away straight away without using my Q. And maybe I have to Q away if he decides to E2 onto me. But in this case, he uses E2 away. So, E1, I should pop my E right now. Boom. And then, that's the most important part. While he's stunned, run away. And the trade in CC. Why? He still has his W up. If he has his W up and your E is down, you're going to get shit on. So, in those trades, if his W is up, as soon as your E pops and the stun goes through, run away. Straight away. And he can't really trade back because his E2 is down. And that's why I was saying, if he doesn't use E2, you have to hold your Q to run away if he decides to dash back onto you while your E is on cooldown. Alright, so here my E is down, but if Renekton stayed around the wave, I would have had to respect. So if your E is down and his W is up, just respect. Chill. Play it slow. It's okay. Alright, so here, he kind of missed the window to punish my E, because it's coming back up now. Alright, so Zyra's on top side here, and he's level 5. Now, he got 2 kills of XP. So I thought he was going to hit 6 on those minions. He didn't. But it's the mindset, right? Like, once he hits level 6, you really need to respect, especially if you're weak-sided, because you're kind of a free kill if they decide to dive with Renekton R. So here, I'm respecting, I'm chilling, I'm letting the wave come. Make sure I catch every single XP and whatever farm I can. So, level 6 versus level 6. What happens? He's Thanos. His ult is really, really strong. So, he based here. Kind of ruins my example. But still, like, when he comes back to lane, I'm gonna have to chill. Alright, so let's see. That's the same trading pattern again, I believe. Yeah, so he E's 1, and I E straight away. I did it a bit better here. I get my W auto, he E2 away, I Q follow, and the trade in CC, and disengage. And now I'm gonna have to chill. Like, even my wave pushing, I'm gonna have to give a few minions. That's fine. I don't want to give a few minions. That's fine. I just don't get... If I'm not in his auto attack range for his W, it's fine. Thinking 1Q, I guess it's fine. Not optimal, but fine. We all want our minions. Us top laners. Alright. So now my E is back up, but he has R. Okay, I could go for a trade here. I could posture a bit more aggressively, because I have a level up. I go for my auto, it's just I don't have grass, so it's not optimal. Alright, same trade pattern again. We can see this happens a lot. Oh. So you can see he really wants to trade with me while my E is on cooldown. He even flashes onto me, but he fails his W. A bit unfortunate, but I flash away instantly because I know I'm cooked. So I get his R and his flash here, really good. But we're still 0-2, we have to play it slow. So now, really, really important things. Grub fights against Renekton. As I said, his ultimate is really, really strong. And if he has his R for the grub fight, you might have to give it. So unless you have a clear number advantage or a clear advantage of some kind, it's fine to give it. Like, he's really strong around that period of the game if his R is up. So I would only fight grubs if his R is down or if you have a clear advantage. If you don't and it's kind of even, and you're playing against level 7 Renekton, just don't go there fight. It's not going to go well. Alright, so here Renekton based again. We can see it's kind of pretty much the same thing. So we're going to go, and we're going to skip to when I make a big mistake that you should keep in mind. So here, managed to stabilize it. We can see I'm only 10 CS down, while being down 2 kills, and I'm a level up. So here, I'm taking really good trades. We can see, boom, disengage in CC as always. Really good trade. Now, he's really low. Can I kill him? The answer is no. Now, the bigger mistake I did here is my E is on cooldown. I need to respect. I can't crash this wave right now. I can't force it in. So here, even if I buffer my R through and like play it as I can, his R is too strong. If my E is on cooldown, I can't fight. So don't get baited by low health. We can see, after this trade, he's like under 300 HP, and I'm at 850, but it doesn't matter. I need my E. If I don't, I lose. Alright, next example I want to show in this matchup, last thing. So here, catch a wave under tower, base TP for Triforce. Alright, I'm 0-3. He is 3-0. But I have Triforce. If I click onto him, I'm going to see his... yeah, so he's 3-0, 30 CS up, has full item plus boots. It's kind of weird he went Black Cleaver, but whatever. Alright. So, at Triforce, you have to stop being scared. You win the side lane. In this matchup, you win the side lane at Triforce. So play like it. Here, he wants to bash me down. I'll take the all-in. I win this. Even from behind, because Triforce is really good. Your combat power is really high. So here, outplay him a bit. But you can see it's about the mindset, right? You have Triforce, you're strong, act like it, go fight him. Alright. So second full example. This is again in Diamond. So here I learned from my mistakes, eventually. And I'm trying to get Prio. Big E trade, really nice. Here, I'm going for my Grasp proc, but you can see as soon as I get my Grasp, I'm running away. I'm cutting back to my wave. I don't want to extend the trade too much. So here it was fine. Getting that extra auto is not excellent, but whatever. So here he gets prio. He's got it. He played it well. Good. Accept reality and let it push. It's fine. So he's gonna get level 2. I'm gonna respect, and I'm gonna give him push. That's fine. It's fine if he gets push. So that scenario, like, it cost me my potion. That's kind of whatever. It's better than giving him a kill, but like, clearly. All right, so good trade. That's what I mean. Like, Jax, like, Renekton has full lane control, but Jax is gonna win the trades. All right, so here gonna catch the wave, and Renekton goes for a cheeky cheater recall here, which isn't great this season. But some people will do that, I guess. If it happens in Diamond, it's going to happen in Gold and Plat and Emerald and everything. Alright, so here, not optimal by him. So here, I'm pretty high HP. I'm high mana. It's not very volatile. I know I'm going to get lane control here. I get the Crash Wave. I can play it slow. So this allows me to extend lane until I get my Sheen. So that's what I'm thinking about here. I'm high HP, I'm high mana. I want to extend the lane until Sheen. So here, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to slow push this wave, crash next, get my ward, and I don't want to make it too volatile. I want my Sheen. So here, have to give a few CS. That's fine. Here I was trying to see if he was going to W me or not. Trying to learn like what kind of Renekton he is. Like, some Renektons will use W early, some will start with E, some will start with just Q poke and stuff like that. So I was trying to figure out what kind of Renekton he is, and he didn't W me, so I know he's going to hold W for a little bit. And now he starts with E. So when he starts with E, what's the pattern? We E straight away. And end the trade in CC. Really, really good. So here we're getting close to Sheen Gold. Led the wave. Ooh, actually I blocked it. Nice. Okay, we're going to go back to the 1v1s and cover this example. So, alright. So keep in mind, in those 1v1s in the TLA, Chippies is like literally in our ear telling us what to do. So like, and we both, in this matchup, prio matters a lot. So we're both really playing for prio. So here, get a big E on the whole wave, I believe. I hope. Yep, there we go. Really nice. But here, like, he's playing for prio as well, right? He's bashing the wave down a lot. So he gets push. Totally fine. So what I do, I play it carefully. And now, that's why I wanted to show this example now, because that's what I'm doing in the other VOD as well. Punish dirty crashes. So here, he didn't push the second wave fast enough. So we can see he's just last hitting, and the wave is still in the middle. So here, his crash is not going to be great. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go in the left side of the lane, try to pull the minions in this direction, and try to hold it so that his crash is like really ugly like this. So we can see the caster minions are outside the tower range. So like, he can't, like, it's really uncomfortable for him to crash a wave because my caster minions are inside my tower range, so he can't really kill them, basically. That's a really good trick you can do. And here, again, because the wave was ugly, he only has 3 minions left. So what I do, I'm standing here, I'm holding them, I'm being annoying, I'm not letting him crash the wave for free. So here I'm holding the wave, getting a good trade in. And now the wave is pushing back, but he never got his crash, so like, he's not in that good of a position now. Ooh, that's a good trick actually. So here, you know, in the E, when he E1s, I have to E, but like, if he's too far, and I know he's too far, he was slightly out of the range here. Now keep in mind, we played this matchup like 14 times in a row, maybe even more. It's a 15-minute 1v1. So like, I'm starting to know the Renekton abilities pretty well by now. So I know he's a bit too far. So I'm just walking it off here. He doesn't even hit me with his E. And now his E is down. And my Q and my E are up. So I can force onto him a bit. Q auto W and walk away. Really good trade. So punishing cooldowns is really important in this one. That was a good example of punishing cooldowns. Alright, that's mainly what I want to show for the 1v1, so we're done with those, and we're going to go back to this example. So here, that's what I'm doing. I'm not letting the wave crash, I'm making it annoying for him. But he gets the crash anyway in this case, because I didn't... Like, I should have let the... We can see here, I'm holding it a bit too much, because you want his melee minions and the cannon to go under tower. So I did it not perfectly here. So he got his crush, but the intention was there. Alright, so basing, recalling, I have Sheen and Potions. Really, really good base. So now I'm in a good position. And we're going to see, once you get Sheen, you want to go for W trades. So just like one bonk on the head with W and Grasp and Sheen, feels really good. Because he wants long trades and you want short trades, so boom. See, that did quite a bit, right? Takes a chunk. If you do a couple of those, he's going to be pretty low HP in a while. Alright, so here, I don't want an ugly crash, so I'm fast pushing the wave. And here, he's level 6, I'm level 6. What do? We take it slow. It's fine. His ultimate power spike is much stronger than yours. So here, I don't want to get caught in his bullshit. So here, I'm betting his Q, really nice. So we can see the only way I'm going to go for trades with him is if he E's onto me. Like, I don't really want to make it too volatile. As I say that, I walk up to him. But like, going for W trades is really good for you. You just don't want to get caught by his ability. So here, I kind of skill checked him a bit. But like, if he W'd me right there, I would have been a bit screwed. Because you don't want to get low HP when he has 6, because you're really easy to dive. Okay, so here, why I can go for that. He uses Q. He doesn't have Fury. So here, I know I can get a W trade, and like, even if I tank the W, that unempowered W, just a dry W like that, without Fury, doesn't really do too much. So here, because he used W, I'm going to go right back and trade onto him. And even get that extra auto, it's fine, because his W is down. And now he tried something, I guess, I don't know what he's doing. But still, really good idea there. Alright, so he based, crashed a wave, and we're walking back to lane. So here, like, every base you get that you don't lose anything and you're getting closer to Triforce is really good for you. It's not a matchup where you want to play really aggressive and solo kill him, you know? It's a get to Bork type of matchup. So here, I'm willing to move because he doesn't have R. And the wave is really good for me, right? If he leaves, this wave is going to freeze on my side of the lane. So here I'm willing to fight this, because I'm not losing anything in lane, and Renekton doesn't have R. So we get a favorable fight here, and he TP's back. Alright, let's see. So I'm getting closer and closer to Triforce here. I'm not exactly sure how much I need, but we are getting there. So here, W trade, really nice. I think we get the idea here. So I'm just going to skip to Triforce. So here, I base TP for Triforce. And we switch the mindset, right? We're strong now. If he doesn't even have an item, the other time he had an item. So Triforce, what do? We fight him. And we kill him. It's not even close. When he doesn't have an item, it's not even remotely close. Alright. So, last example for the high elo one. This has been in... whoa, that's loud. Been in Korean Challenger. Been probably one of the best Jaxes in the world. So we'll see how this matchup goes at a high level. So, why I chose this VOD is for the level 1. Sometimes the Renekton will start E instead of Q to outplay your E. So we can see here, Ben, he wants to get his big E trade in the wave. he started E. Now, that changes the matchup, because with E, he shouldn't get prio. He can't. So here, get your E on the wave, and just keep bashing it down. He doesn't have Q, he doesn't have E, his E cooldown is pretty long, level 1. So you have a lot more freedom over, like, you have more lane control, basically, if he starts E. But you can't really force a trade onto him, I guess. It's the trade he's making by taking E over his Q. So here, he goes for a 3-wave crash. Slowly, so he wants to take his level 2 trade. Now keep in mind, this is Korean Challenger, but mistakes happen. Renekton wants to kill this minion, because at this minion he gets level 2, and his E is up. So if Jax goes onto him, he can E away, but like I think he missed the minion or something, so he stayed level 1. Really unfortunate. But well played by Bin to identify that he was still level 2 versus 1, so he had a window to take a trade here. And goes for reward. And as soon as the 3rd wave arrives, you really want to bash it down to try to get level 3 first. Especially if you took... Like, if he got prio, it's an Isaac troll. But if you got prio, make sure you hit the wave 3 to get level 3 faster. Alright, so we can see this is the kind of trading pattern where we talked about earlier. So he starts with E1. If he E2, you can Q follow and end the trade in CC. So here he's getting low. And after Bin crashes this wave, he sees the angle. Okay, so we can see Renekton uses his E, his Q, and his E2. So now, really good by Bin of punishing cooldowns. So as soon as he steps up, he goes to the dive. He thinks he's going to win this, even flashes onto him to follow and away from the wave, which is really, really good. Because now, the wave is just going to nicely come back to him. And he holds TP here. He could have TP'd back, I think it would have been good either way. Because he missed a bit of XP, so he would have been a bit higher in XP, but he leverages his TP later to get an XP lead that way, so either is fine. But he has a level advantage here and the big wave advantage, so he just plays a bit safe and lets it crash. Just clears the wave. So you can see he's really fishing for those W trades, but the Aatrox doesn't want it. Okay, that's cool. Something cool you can do on Jax is if you W auto, you can buffer your Q through your auto animation. So like mid-swing, right? You can Q away, and your W auto is still going to go off. So that's what he went for here. I think he just mistimed his W cooldown. We can see like when he goes for it, like it's like 0.2 seconds off. So a bit unfortunate. So like if your E is down, I guess that's one way you could trade. The safest way is, of course, to just not trade and wait for your E cooldown. But I see what he tried to do there. It was pretty good try, honestly. It's cool to see. Alright, so let's see. Bin should get his level 6 around the same time because he's a bit down in XP. Not down, but like a bit, whatever. Alright. So, we can see here, he's not really... We can see he's never really queuing onto him. Alright? So that's one thing in this matchup. I haven't said it yet, which is quite surprising, but you never want to queue onto his head straight away. You always want to approach with movement. So here, really good W trade. You can see he's really fishing for those, right? Like every time Renekton wants a minion, he's going to walk up with his W and make him choose either the minion or... Either you get the minion and get shit on, or you get neither. So here... Okay, so why did he go for that extra auto? So, you can see, after his E, he doesn't end the trade in CC. He gets one more auto here. Why? So we can see it's all about cooldowns, right? So Renekton here, instead of starting the trade with E, he starts with W. So really well played by Renekton too. He doesn't have Fury yet. The bar is still white, and he gets his Fury right now. So Jax tanks the Empowered W, and now he goes for the trade. But he can go for that extra auto because Renekton doesn't have W, so he doesn't have threat right now. That's something you have to keep in mind. It's always about cooldowns in this matchup. So now crashes next wave and TP's back. Doesn't TP back, he owns TP. Not sure why, but it's been, so he probably has a good reason. Alright, so I'm going to stop it here because I think this video is going to be long enough. I'm just going to skip to Triforce. Now, it's kind of unfortunate because when he gets Triforce, he gets ganked by like 4 people. But I'm going to go to the next sequence. And you can see, just like in my example, he's 1 and 3. Renekton is 4 and 1. But like, because he has Triforce, he's still willing to fight him. I missed it. I missed the sequence. Alright. So we can see, he jumps in here, plays quite aggressive. And he's kind of willing to fight him now. Even Q's onto his head while Vi is coming, probably didn't see the Vi. But you can see the mindset, right? He's not running away from him. He's willing to fight him because he has Triforce. Even if Renekton is ahead, if you have Triforce, you're strong enough to fight him. Alright, so that was the last example I wanted to show. So for a quick recap, level 1, try to EO the push and see how he plays around it. If he lets you have it, that's great for you. If not, it's okay. Just adjust the way you play it out. Don't do like me and give free solo kills level 1. It's not great. Throughout the lane, be very disciplined with the way you use your E and your Q. So like we said, there's strict trading patterns that you have to keep in mind. And don't Q him on the head straight away, approach with movement. And don't Q onto him if he still has his E2. That's really important as well. At level 6, you must respect his ultimate power spike, because obviously his is stronger than yours, and play mainly for the main reference point of this matchup, which is Triforce. So like we saw, at Triforce you're really strong. Before Triforce, while his ultimate is up, you kind of lose. So just keep that in mind. You don't need to make it crazy aggressive before Triforce. Just make sure you get the Triforce on Scave, and it's going to be great in most cases. Now, this doesn't mean to play super passive, of course. Like, there's a balance you should have. But still, keep it in mind, at Triforce you win. So at Triforce, like I said, you flip the switch and play much more aggressive. Like, you win the all-in at Triforce, so play like it. Like, posture aggressively and like make him want to all-in you. Like I did in the matchup example, right? So, alright, that's all I have for today. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys in the next one.